Welcome to this video on social media marketing FAQs. This is actually a blog post, but in this video, we will lay a foundation to what all things we discuss in the blog post. Over to next slide. How does social media marketing help businesses? You see, 93% of the marketers have used social media for business brand. 70% of marketers have used Facebook successful to gain new leads. 34% of the marketers have used Twitter in the past to generate leads for their company. Stumble upon Flickr, Tumblr, these are least one of the social networks. Over to next slide. When do you use social media marketing? You see, 92% of marketers use social media for exposure, 80% for website traffic, 72% for loyal following or loyal fans, 71% for audience insights. So this graph actually shows when to use social media marketing. Over to next slide. How does social media marketing influence consumer behavior? If you divide consumer behavior into three parts, one of the major part is social influence. Some of the factors in the social influence is the culture, the subculture, the social class, the reference group, and the family. Say, let me try and elaborate. Though I am elaborating, but you will find better details in my blog post. Suppose, say, I belong to an affluent group, maybe affluent economic group. Maybe the culture in this is in my community is maybe go out or enjoy in the weekend, or maybe some kind of destination wedding or international holiday trip. So I see my friends and I also grow a desire to go on an international vacation or maybe a weekend trip. So this I see my friends and develop a desire for that. You see how I see the friends' photographs on social media and grow the desire. So you can make out how social media is influencing my behavior. Similarly, say family. The family tradition is to go out on an international education trip, maybe. Go and get admitted to foreign colleges. So you see, I feel the I feel the eagerness to go and get admitted to international colleges. So you see how social media marketing can influence my behavior. You will find better details in my blog post. Now over to next slide. What is the best strategy for social media marketing? Now there is no one specific social based strategy for social media marketing, but a group of strategies which are demarcated by smart methodology for social media marketing. Now let's try and understand what is the smart methodology. SMART, they stands for specific. Whatever goal you want to achieve, that should be specific. That is, say, suppose I want more visitors on my website. That is a specific goal that you want more website visitors. Next is measurable. How you are going to measure whether you have achieved your goal. That is the aim that is measurable. That is, don't hide behind buzzwords, brand engagement, social influences. How exactly will you measure? Next is A, that is attainable, something that you can achieve. What would you do to achieve that goal? Try to take over the world in one night? What would you do to achieve that goal? Maybe a good social media post, or maybe frequent social media post, some kind of emotions attached to the social media post. Next would be R. By R, it stands for be realistic. That is, don't forget at any time that you two are humans and you are addressing some more human via social media. Social media is just a platform to reach out, but be human and treat others on the whoever is viewer of your social media post, treat them as also a human. So be realistic with your social media campaigns, with your goals. Number last would be T, that is be time bound. That is, I want to 2x my website traffic within 6 months or within 3 months. So you see the time bound component of the smart methodology of social media marketing. That is, you are attaching a time bound within, you are saying to yourself maybe within 3 months or maybe within 6 months. Do not leave it to till kingdom come. Always try and achieve your goal within a time limit. So that is the best strategies. That is how you can frame your strategies to use in the social media marketing campaign. Smart methodology. Over to next slide. Which social media channels see the most ROI? Return on investment based on marketing, brand marketing, or business brand marketing. These are the top six of those. Number one is Instagram, number two is Facebook, followed by YouTube, then you have TikTok, LinkedIn, and lastly you have Twitter. So these channels provide the maximum ROI to the businesses and brands. How do you create your own social media marketing strategy? Firstly, you define your objective, what all things you want to achieve. Number two would be study your competitors. Number three would be how do you want to communicate whatever you want to achieve. Number four would be define your target audience or target market segment and who all are influencers who connect to them directly. Number five would be choose your relevant marketing platform, relevant social marketing platform. Number six would be listen to your audience, what all they are facing their problem or what all things they are saying about lacking, which are lacking in the current brands in the market. And lastly, you measure your success, measure your campaign, measure social media on campaigns, measure your strategy, and make adjustments so that you can perform throughout these eh, steps that I just said. Moreover, you have the smart methodology. You need to implement that within your social media marketing strategy. Over to next slide. Now let's try and contrast between what all things one of my clients achieved with organic social media and another of my clients within the same industry achieved with paid social media. Now with Without paid, that is organic social media, the reach was about 2.7 million, whereas with paid media, that was around 14 million. You see, the new fans that were collected via organic social media was around 5,000, and with paid media again that was around 7 times better, that is 36,000. Now they can only achieve organic traffic in located in the USA, and the other brand in the same industry they achieved around 50% more with paid social media. So you see the contrast between organic and paid social media in the same industry in case of two of my clients. Over to next slide. Now let us try to understand what are things that goes into a perfect social media post. Number one, you see, would be the headline. Number two would be over here it said secondary headline. I would also suggest any additional description, one or two lines in short. That may also go along with that. Number three would be power words, that is anything that grabs the attention of the user. You can also add number four, that is special characters or emojis. That are number four. Number five would be give a breathing space to the viewer. That is add a line break wherever possible. That is a breathing space. You can add some kind of quotes of famous personalities in your social media post. You can add hashtags. You can add any tags to mention somebody. And finally, you can also add any visual element to your social media post. This is the anatomy. These are the nine things that you can include or you should include in the perfect social media post. Over to next. Now, before this, there were questions like what is the best time to post, or how frequently you should post on social media. Now, these two things, that is the time and the frequency, these are very, very specific to you, your brand. No one else's brand, no one else's timings or frequency will match yours. Your target audience is separate, so do not try to copy from others, both in case of timings and frequencies. Now let me try to discuss how long your social media post be. That is post length. In case of Facebook, if you are on Facebook, try to limit your Facebook post to up to 40 characters, less than 40 characters. In case of Twitter, try to keep it between 70 to 100 characters. In case of Instagram, try to limit within first 50 characters. You can write longer posts, but maybe the post would get truncated. Maybe your post also has some URLs and some hashtags and some tags. Those will not get visible maybe. So beyond 40 characters is the safe limit for Facebook. 70 to 100 character is the safe limit for Twitter, and for Instagram 50 is the safe limit for Instagram. Over to next slide. How do you create the social media content pillar? So content pillar you can create with all these. all these factors. That is, firstly, you need to pay attention to what your target customers or target market is saying or is facing any kind of problem. Use number two would use the analytics to see what kind of contents are the mostly consumed by your target market. Create some kind of polls or quizzes or surveys to understand your customers' needs. Use multiple social media platforms to understand your customers' needs and preferences. Create some kind of data backed decisions. So you arrive at a contention or arrive at an agreement with your customers. What kind of products or services can you offer this to your target customers, and what kind of contents you should produce and what services you can provide them to make their task easy. Finally, you remember that video contents, maybe you found out that video contents are consumed better in your target customer segment. So produce more of those. That would be the content pillar for social media. Over to next slide. When it comes to social media marketing, you need to plan ahead. That is, your plan will consider all the holidays, what all contents will go on which day of the month. So all these things you can do on a content calendar. You maintain a content calendar so that all your team members who are working on social media stays on the same page. They also can plan ahead of time. Maybe some they need to create some kind of content, so before the day of publishing they can plan ahead also. And also I am showing you this picture to say that you do not need any kind of expensive softwares for social media management. You can very well do that on Google Sheets like you see in this picture. So that is social importance of social media content calendar. And again, I would reiterate, you do not need any expensive software. You can make it on a Google spreadsheet. What to next slide? Let us now try to understand what all things are required, what all things are essential for the viral social media post. Everybody tries to achieve virality. Now let's see what all things can make the post go viral. Number one would be make the post very simple. Communicate a very simple idea, very simple point. Do not make it complex. Now that these posts are found to be very unexpected, people were not expecting something of the sort, and suddenly it came up. They they communicate very concrete ideas. That is, very specific ideas are communicated, maybe to the point on the topic, or maybe some kind of abstract contents, but those are very concrete. That is, very strong points are made through social media posts that they they show some kind of credibility that is maybe coming from XYZ person, maybe coming from Elon Musk or Bill Gates. So these people, whenever they post, it becomes a viral story. Finally, it has some emotional component to it. That is, it transfers some kind of Whoever reads that kind of post will get emotion. Say they feel angry or readers feel hatred or they feel amused by reading the post. So some kind of emotional component is there in a viral social media post. These are the components. These are some of the studied factors that influences or that most of the vital social media posts had as per the survey. Over to next slide. Thank you. That will be all for this video on social media marketing FAQs. We have covered over 20 FAQs, and some of the FAQs have been discussed in this video. For other FAQs and more detailed explanation, you can find the URL of the blog in the description below. I would also like to request you to, to tell me what all things that you have learned while you have been working on social media. You write that in the comment box below so that all the new people as well as I myself can read and gain some kind of knowledge from your experience. Next, we'll discuss about social advertising that is coming up in the next video. Thank you and have a nice day ahead. Thank you.